beautiful angels and wild butlers. And you're like, what do you mean and? You know? Welcome back, listener, to Under the Mountain, an ACOTAR podcast. I'm your host, Frank.
And I'm Lauren.
And today we'll be discussing Chapter 7 of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
Okay, we're really getting into the thick of it now.
We're deep now. We are, I don't know where the mountain is,
balls
but
deep in the Prithian wilds.
Watch out. You might get some sort of blight infection if you put your balls too deep to the wilds of Prithian. Well,
disgusting.
Feyre feels the same way, so.
Yeah, that's true. You finished this chapter and you immediately had, like, big opinions. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I remember having big opinions.
And you were like, I had a revelation while I read this chapter that I was reading it wrong. I understand the tone. So would you like to speak on this feeling?
Yeah. I'll talk about that a little bit. So basically, I think I was reading it all wrong. I think that this book...
You really think that?
I really do. I think I needed to get a little into the groove, a couple chapters in, to come up with, I think, two realizations. I was taking it too seriously.
Yes.
This is a silly book filled with fun. And I think that I'm supposed to just, like, let it be fun where it's fun. And I think I was expecting more from it. This is just like a silly time and a good time.
Yeah.
The second thing that's the most important is I don't like the protagonist.
Yeah, that's...
I really don't like her. I don't like being in her head that much. I can still enjoy the book around her.
I didn't like her that much the first time around. I'm liking her even less.
Okay, so it's worse now.
Yeah, because I'm paying more
You're
attention.
reflecting.
Like, all the things I didn't like... Now, as I'm dissecting them, I'm like, no, they really suck.
Also, an important element, I think, a side note here for us, we are reading this book so slow. I'm reading for the first time, and I'm reading it chapter once, and then I go through line by line and think about it and write notes on it. A lot of books struggle with that kind of intense scrutiny.
Okay, a lot
of books.
A lot of books, but not...
A lot of good books don't.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of my definition of a good book.
Yeah.
Is if I were to read it line by line and dissect it like this, it would only strengthen the book.
Yeah,
it would not ruin the book.
Good book, I agree with you. And then my last problem is, Lucian, cunty king. I'm loving him right now. Tamlin also got a bit of sass in him. He's a good time. These immortal and ethereal beings, as they are frequently described. I have problems with some of the turns of phrases they use, some of the...
Yeah, she's not at all Anne Rice, where we're like, okay, I'm in my fantasy world, and you're really like, I'm feeling their ancientness, I'm feeling their feral...
energy.
No, you're not getting any of it.
It's stated a couple of times.
It's goofy. It's
almost...
goofy.
But I am now reading with more goofy in my heart.
Yeah, and it's like, trust me, I think a lot of it is fun. I don't really like Feyre, and I can like a book where I don't like a main character if I don't feel like the author wants me to like the main character, and I do feel like maybe she does. I think she does want me to. I'm not positive, though.
So, Feyre's back. In the dining hall.
I don't think, right. Yeah, Feyre never left.
Well, she did.
Right, she left the dining hall.
She got dressed and then they pushed her back in, right?
Yeah, so she had her pubes and whatever plucked, and she's dressed in her boy clothes, and she has come back down to the dining room with Tamlin and Lucian. They're sitting there. They're drinking out of real gold goblets.
Oh, yeah.
How she can tell it's real gold, I don't know.
She does a couple things like that where I'm like, that was pure gold, or this was the statue was hewn from alabaster. Right. It's like across the courtyard, and you're like, Feyre, how do you know?
I don't know how she knows that. I mean, it's a safe assumption, but she like says it definitively.
Yeah.
She thinks about her like shitty flatware again back at the house.
Yes, she does.
And she thinks about Nesta called her a half-wild beast, and she's like, but compared to these guys, we're all just feral beasts, even though they're the ones who are literally beasts.
Yeah.
There's some sort of beast motif
we're
trying to make happen. I don't know.
Beauty and the. These guys.
So Tamlin tells her the food is safe to eat, and he gets frustrated with her because she won't sit down and eat. What do you want then? This is all very like Beauty and the Beast coded. This like
just
him getting so frustrated at the dinner table in this like way that's like kind of cute. You know, like it's kind of cute. It's kind of endearing.
It's like clutching his hairy fists, and it's just like he just wants her to take care of herself. You know, like.
Yeah.
But he's not very good at communicating with the ladies.
Right. His poor little beast heart can't figure this out.
He doesn't know how to be nice to people. He's never had to before.
Well, that's, and the beast, right? Because like Lumiere and Cogsworth were like coming over and they were like, oh, you know, they tried to give him that makeover.
They did, right? With the curlers, and they pulled them. Yeah.
I feel like, you know, that's Lucian's role or something.
Of course,
anyway.
Is Lucian like 6 Lumieres and a Cogsworth, like in one body?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the eye.
Fuck.
Wait, it's like
how?
Cogsworth coated. It's kind of like giving
it's like clockwork.
Yeah,
it's steampunk a little bit.
Clockwork or something. I don't know. I'm making shit up now.
Yeah, Lucian's got too many aesthetics going on.
He's got so much happening. I was like, he's wearing a bronze mask.
Bronze fox mask.
Which that's a more involved mask.
Yeah.
And then he's wearing a silver vest, which I feel like clashes with the bronze mask. Bright red hair and a gold eye. That's a lot.
He's got all the colors of an Olympic team. Like
every precious metal
is represented on his visage.
You know, Lucian, I told you so, Tamlin. Your skills with females have definitely become rusty in recent decades. He's very, like, anime, right?
Yeah. So it's one of the...
I remember I enjoyed him when he showed up on the scene the first time, and he's kind of, like, the only thing keeping you going here a little. Kind of. Like, for the... I don't know, when you're saying, like, oh... I was taking this too seriously. It's a silly, fun book. I'm like, yes, but like, how much does it deliver on the fun? I feel like it could be more fun. Well, and since that's all that's the only thing you're offering me, I want more.
Right now, I feel like I'm being promised a good amount of fun. So if it at some point just never delivers on that, it will be disappointing. But...
I think it delivers a 5, a solid 5 of it.
All right.
But Lucian's really keeping the fun afloat at the moment. So then Feyre is like, oh my god, decades? I can't believe they're so old.
How can they be so old? He looks like my age.
Right. The class, like we said, classic vampire.
Yeah, the dream, right? Oh my god, he's so wise, so old, so powerful, so smart, so rich.
Yes,
but he looks just like me. He's got an immortal, beautiful body.
You know, and if the girls are like liking a little age gap, where like I like an older man. You know, in story, you're just like, you like an older man? Bet. I will extrapolate that and make it the most extreme version of that you could imagine.
Absolutely.
Oh, you like an older man who comes along and has all this experience, all this knowledge to impart upon you and care for you, etc. And yeah, the vampire, these guys, that's the fantasy.
Oh yeah. And centuries of angst and issues for you to work out.
Right.
Girlies do be loving to fix a man. And I don't know, Tamlin's, he's a little surly. He clearly has a chip on his shoulder. He needs it rubbed out by, like, feminine Feyre fingers, it feels like.
She'd be like, no, I have too many calluses from all that wood chopping.
That's true. And he's like, it feels like nothing to me. Right. I am literally a beast.
They're strange masked faces, unearthly, primal, and imperious.
Hot.
Like, very hot, but like immovable gods or feral courtiers. What did that one mean?
I don't know, and don't use that word again. We just described he's a courtier.
I know, but what do you mean, like immovable gods? They're bundled. Immovable gods and feral courtiers? I don't have an association with that in my mind.
No.
Do you?
No, it's like beautiful angels and wild butlers. And you're like, what do you mean and? You know? Ethereal floating seraphim and, like, wacky maids. What do you mean?
Like, what did that have
How did you paste those two together? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't know. I feel like there's a lot. So when I was saying, like, when you look in here and it starts crumbling, it's like there's so many things like this where there'll be, like, a sentence and I'm like, but what does that mean? Like, what did that mean?
Here's the thing. I fuck with writing like this, but you have to clean it up. Like, I fuck with getting the feeling out. Yeah, feral courtiers. It sounds good. I get it. But then when you read it again, you gotta go, that doesn't actually mean anything.
I don't know what it means, really.
Maybe just put immovable gods. That works. They are, to her, immovable gods. They are not feral courtiers.
But this is the other problem. It's like, so she says, like, right? She's like, constantly being like, immovable gods, this and that. But every time you are describing what they're doing, what they're saying, I'm like, they just kind of sound like doofy men.
They're just dudes in an empty house.
They're literally just bros.
They're just bros standing around.
I'm like, I mean, sure. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Like the way in which some guy on Wall Street in an expensive suit drinking a cocktail in a mid-afternoon is an immovable god.
So, like, I get it. Like, yeah, they're uniquely chiseled and they're uniquely intense and beautiful, but like,
I don't know if it's a language skill, like for like
it's gotta be.
Depictive language is just not getting us there, and it's just like the statements.
Well, I guess that's why I'm comparing it to like Anne Rice, like her male characters.
Yeah,
like I believe it when she says something like that, and then the way they behave and the way they're described, I'm like, they go together. Their actions and personalities and behaviors are matching when you say something like that.
That makes sense.
Here, it's like this drastic, her making like the most wild claim about them and then cut to them, and I'm just like...
Yeah, it's the tell and show dichotomy is insanely stark.
And then and then in the fun, goofy way,
yes,
I can kind of put them together.
And that's the key, I think it's like, just take her at her word.
Right.
And then they did that silly thing.
And
you're like,
know.
All right,
you're like, okay.
It technically invalidates the whole thing, but what if it didn't?
What if it didn't? What if it didn't?
What if it didn't is key to enjoying this book.
I know.
What if it didn't destroy it?
It strikes me as silly, and then I'm like, okay, no, but okay, both, right? Like, he is that, and then he also says and does that, and it's like, doesn't make for a great impact, but it does make me like chuckle and like have a little fun.
Okay.
Lucian says that she looks better now, but like she'd look much better if she was wearing a dress. And
is he horny? Is he fashionable? Is he?
I think both, maybe.
Damn. All right, King.
Yeah, I think
honestly,
maybe
King.
Both.
Yeah, me too. Horny and fashionable.
And so
rocking my t-shirt.
They're described as looking like wolves ready to pounce, which again, the fantasy. Oh, I'm in this room. Oh, these big beastly men are just circling me like prey, and again, it goes back to that exact thing. I will mash these things together because you're telling me to, and it's kind of hot and it's kind of fun. But there is a part of me that's like, they're not really giving me wolves ready to pounce.
Yeah.
When we say that, are the things they do and say giving that? Not often.
And frequently, Feyre's reactions to them matches the versions we're seeing and not the versions we're being told about.
Yeah, that's true.
That is what's weird. She's like blowing them off for like being rude or doing XYZ, and it's like, you wouldn't do that if that part was true.
I know.
But then it's kind of like she doesn't show you it being true either. So then you're kind of like, all right, maybe what Feyre's doing makes sense.
Right.
I don't know. There's two worlds here.
Right, so...
It's our job to put them together.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to wear a dress. She's still on that. Lucian's like, well, why not? And then Tamlin's like, because it's easier to kill us in pants. And I guess we're supposed to be like, wow, he sees her. He sees right through her. Like but like in a good way.
No,
like he gets Feyre.
Which like now I would think Feyre would be like really like honored by his ability to like see that in her, right? Because she's constantly bemoaning when people undermine her, or say she's insignificant or things like that.
Oh well,
but no, I know. But like at the same time, he just acknowledged the fact that she's thinking about things like that, and she should be honored. She doesn't pay any homage to it at all mentally.
She's in a circumstance at the moment. Yeah,
I'd agree, but she waxes poetic internally about a lot of other bullshit.
But she's not. She hasn't even eaten yet.
That's true. We'll give her a pass for low blood sugar.
Exactly.
All right. So what's the like? What would you say is the hottest way a magical man could get you to eat food? Potentially.
We're not quite there yet.
All right, we'll come back to this.
But, yeah. I mean, I think he does exactly...
Yeah, does he check a couple of the boxes?
I think he does exactly what I would want the big magical man to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, right, but let's get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah.
She says, now that I'm here, what do you plan to do to me? Which is like, okay.
Yeah, okay, sure, yeah.
A valid question. And he just says, just sit down. And,
a valid answer.
Yeah. And then
shut up.
Lucian says, we're not going to bite. And yeah, I don't know. It's fun. All this little back and forth is fun. I like when it becomes a little bit like tropier towards the erotic, you know? Yeah, so Tamlin's stalking around the table, getting closer and closer to her. And he starts making a plate for her. Like, this is absurd. This is absurd. He starts putting food on a plate for her, and she gets mad at him and says, I can make my own plate. I don't care if that's actually your feelings. Again, if you want me to believe the amount of fear we keep... Later in this scene, she's going to not be willing to turn around to walk out of the room because she's so scared of them. If you're that scared of these men, you're gonna get mad when he makes you a plate. I can
weird fight to pick.
There's little things here and there. I can understand. Like, honestly, I could understand picking no fights and just yesing these men to death right now to like get where you need to go 100%. And figure out a plan. Plan 2, maybe you get to give some pushback, right? Where you like are genuinely morally outraged. Your values are being stomped upon. You're like, if he says something and you're like pissed, you're like, you are holding me captive, right? Like, I can't pretend I don't mind that. Or even when she's like, we are starving and you guys don't even seem to care. Something like that. Those little like bubble ups of like, I can't even hold it back now serve to be like, oh, I see. Wow, she's quite powerful and speaks her mind. This is ridiculous.
It's stupid. There's indignation that makes sense, and then whatever this is, like as if it's her sister is sitting there being like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna put all your food on your plate for you," and she's like, "Don't do that. This is a god, in all intents and purposes."
Like you being like, "Okay, I was reading this wrong. I feel you. I see you." But like something like this, how does this serve? Like you're like, I was taking it too seriously. It's supposed to be fun. How does this serve that goal?
No, it doesn't. This goes to my second point. I don't like Feyre. I like Tamlin being all like this. I like Cunty Lucian over there being all like with the sharp teeth.
Yeah.
Feyre is an annoyance, and I have to deal with it.
I don't know. I'm just like, you're not... There's moments where, like, say, like, Lucian being like, we don't bite. Yeah, we could be like, oh, would he really talk like that? I'm willing to hand wave it because it's fun. Mm-hmm. And it serves the goal of sexy fun. This doesn't serve that goal. So it being bad makes no sense to me.
This serves the power fantasy of the audience, trying to pretend like they would just have no chill in these circumstances.
Fine, but then why can't we just lean into that? Why do we also then keep saying like, I'm scared?
Because we can't commit. I don't know. This character is a non-committal situation. Like freaks out over nothing, and
if she just wants to be like, I've kind of got a death wish. Don't even care. And I'm gonna like lean into that power fantasy for the reader by being like, fine, kill me, I don't fucking care, and I'm gonna kind of be annoying at you because I don't have this fear of dying of all the... But she does. She does. I mean, you're saying she does.
Yeah, she seems like a character that's undecided in and of herself, and not because it's a realistic undecision, but like an author's indecision. That's what it feels like more to me.
Yeah.
This is not...
So maybe I am just... Am I taking issue with like the power fantasy of that person who's like getting off on the idea of being like, don't fix my plate? Like, do I just not like that person?
There's a good chance.
Yeah.
But I think that person doesn't say shit in this situation either.
I know, it's true.
They just want to observe someone doing it.
So Tamlin says it's an honor for a human to be served by a high fae.
Obviously.
Right, but I was curious. I was like, do you get the sense that's just like his opinion, or is that like some like official thing?
Who fuck knows?
I'm just curious.
That's my opinion. Is who fucking cares? Is my opinion.
Just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he's again, very Beauty and the Beast. He's trying to like sit there and smile and say nice things. And he says, You should say this.
You look better than before. Your hair is clean.
So Lucian's sitting there, he's nodding encouragingly, like, yeah, get it,
good
King.
Good job.
Get it, King.
You get the sense, though, that he's just like, oh, God, he's so awkward, right? Like,
yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah.
Honestly, and I find Tamlin charming.
No, of course.
I think he's sexy. I think he's kind of cute.
He's obviously sexy. I mean, like, the descriptions of this man are insane.
Yeah, but, like,
his fucking, like... His talons are, like, clipping through his human form.
I don't know that all the girls go for that sort of thing. But I do. I do go for that.
But there's also a tall, statuesque, like, German Chad man with, like, the most jaw and chin possible.
Yeah.
Anyone walking around with a fucking baldric on their chest...
Soon to
with
be
a warrior's
with
physique.
Knives.
3 knives.
She asks if they're high fae, fairy nobility. Tamlin says yes, they are. Feyre, in her one moment of, like, me kind of liking her, thinks, like, okay, he's not really talking much, but to be fair, I did just kill his friend and he's, like, sad, and I wouldn't really want to talk to me much either. And I was like, okay, let's give her a little bit more of that. She says, what do you plan to do with me now that I'm here? He says, nothing. Do whatever you want. And she says, so I am to be your slave? Wow, where'd she get that?
And Lucian chokes on his wine.
Yes, right. Oh, Lucian thought...
Yeah.
Maybe.
Little kinky boy.
And then Tamlin says, I don't keep slaves. Which, you know, and if you don't, that's fair to be a little bit offended by.
Is there AO3 between these two?
Who?
Lucian and Tamlin.
I would bet everything on it.
There's a lot.
I haven't looked, but I would bet everything on it. We gotta get this.
Put the number right here. I just wanted the number of fics.
That's not that many. 144, but a respectable amount.
Okay. Whereas there was 0 with the mercenary.
I think I found
Feyre.
1.
Oh, 1? Okay. So, all right. So it's 143 times as hot to this audience.
I think there should be more.
I would write some right now.
Right.
I'm not gonna, but I would.
You're gravitating towards that?
Right now, yeah. Well, there's 3 people in a room, and I hate one of them.
That is the problem, right? Like, Isaac Hale was about where it should land.
Yeah.
For Feyre.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
That was as good as it was
wood chopper's
gonna
son
get.
in a backwater town. That's it.
Farmer's son.
Oh, that was Nesta's.
That's Thomas Mandre. Maybe you forgot.
Oh, I did forget. I forgot all about Thomas Mandre.
Because you should remember that
he didn't, him and all his brothers didn't stop their father from beating his wife. Yeah.
But you should also really have remembered that Isaac Hale was the son of a farmer. Yeah.
Wives. Yeah.
Right.
I remember.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right. I guess you're right. I don't really care to have Feyre involved. Like, I guess I'm supposed to be identifying with her so that she could be my little self-insert, whether I care.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be almost like considering her a character. She's me.
Yeah.
And I don't like her, so I don't want her to be me. So now she's just some girl. And yeah, like, let's just kick her out.
It almost feels like she's...
And let them
She's
make
not
it
a
work.
self-insert. She's like a omni-insert. She's shotgunning out opinions that, like, don't exist within one person because she's trying to catch as many people
right.
as
So we
possible.
all, like, yeah, if
so
you
everyone can relate
maybe
a little
that's
bit.
it. So it's like if
that,
you would be scared every time she's like, I'm fearful, I gotta.
You say that's like
You're like,
just like me,
the scared
like
girls
me.
go just like me.
Yeah.
If you're like I wouldn't put up with that. And when she talks back, if you're that girl, you're like, that's me.
Yeah.
I don't know what other versions of girls there are, but
there's more than 2, I assume. But for now,
okay.
that's
Well,
all
what
we
am
got.
I? Why can't I get in there?
You do when she has sex with Tamlin. Probably that's the girl you are.
That's
You're like, oh, that would be me. I'd be getting dicked down by the giant beast man.
She asks him what her life's going to be while she lives there. He's like,
I fucking hate this book.
She's like, am I gonna like have a job? And he's like, I don't care what you
Literally
do.
don't care. She's not getting it. Like, no, I don't care what you do. You just have to live here. She's like, that doesn't make it. What's my job? What's my purpose? What's my...
And, you know, there's some validity to her being like, I don't love the idea of just like
existing,
having no purpose, no freedom, no anything. Although, I do think coming off of what she just came off of, I think it would take a little while before she'd start getting stir crazy like that. Because I think I just from like a human body biological POV, I think your body would just go into such, like...
relaxation mode.
Oh my God, I have food, I have...
like hierarchy of needs before my need to paint. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Like, I get wanting to have a purpose. Yeah, I do just think it would take at least like a week for you to start being over the relief of starvation.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Tamlin asks if she has any interest, so you're like, oh, okay, look, he's kind of trying to like work with her a little. She doesn't want to tell him that she likes to paint.
I don't know why. We're going to drag this shit out.
Yeah, and so she says no. And Lucien says that's so typically human.
Oh my God, he's going to be so shocked.
Right, to find out. So shocked
when she gets her hand on white paint. and she turns out to be the next fucking Michelangelo. I can't wait.
Tamlin again, he's like, you can do whatever you want, just stay out of trouble. She says, so you truly mean for me to stay here forever? Which she says, like, in her head, which means to say I'm to stay in this luxury while my family starves to death. I mean, like, I kind of get it, right? Like, to some extent.
Yeah, but explain to me why she, in her head, says, I almost say, while my family starves, and then next line yells, my family is starving. I almost brought it up. I brought it up.
Yeah, he says, I didn't make the rules. So she says her family is starving. Like, please let me go. There must be a loophole, some other way to atone for this. And then Lucian's like, did you even apologize yet?
So valid. She has not.
No,
she hasn't adopted even a modicum of
Sure, I think
apology.
She's looking at it like, yeah, I did that bad thing, but then you did also, like, kidnap me. And you haven't apologized for that.
Yeah, but one was like a legal requirement. And the other was you killed my friend who was just chilling in the woods.
Yeah, but she also didn't... He was a wolf.
I guess that doesn't matter according to the treaty.
Okay, but I like it how far I'm holding it against her. I'm taking it into consideration.
Yeah. She suspected it was a fairy.
She did, but like...
That's why she used the ash arrow.
It would have been different if... I don't know, like Tamlin was standing there and he was like a whole guy and she was like 100% a fairy and he looks like that and
I'm taking the shot
doing it anyway. Like maybe then I'd be more inclined to be like, that was weird. But then also like, I don't know, if you do think that they're just, you're just like, they're all serial killers. Like I guess that makes sense to do.
No, it does.
Right?
Yeah, if raccoons exploded, I think I might just start shooting them. Yeah, I don't want to even consider that you're the good bear because you could be the bad bear and that's really bad for me.
So I don't know, I'm not really holding it against her, although like we said, if you do show up though, you don't know all this and then you show up and you're like, oh, it's just some bros hanging out in their house, I do think that is when it might click where you're like, I feel a little weird now that I did that. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
like, you know, give yourself some forgiveness and grace, but also maybe be like, oops. She says she's sorry to Lucien. Then he like digs in. He's like, how did you kill him? Was it a bloody fight or just cold-blooded murder? And then she says she shot him with an ash arrow. He didn't put up a fight. What is Lucien imagining? She was like tussling with him?
Fucking like this scrawny 19-year-old girl.
He says, yet you killed him anyway, though he made no move to attack you. And then you skinned him. But again, like she did, when she's skinning him, she's bringing the skins to the mercenary. She is kind of convinced it was a wolf.
Yeah. And then the mercenary told her it was. So I don't know, like...
Liar.
Tamlin's
like, enough, I don't want to hear these grisly details about my friend. And she begs again, says her family needs her, and she's like, do you even know what it's like to be hungry? I mean, take that up with them if you're going to take anything up. Like, you could be like, do you know that we, like, have no land and are, like, starving to death?
Are you aware?
Tamlin is like, listen, bitch, I took care of it. Your family's fine. They're taken care of. And then he's like, you must think so lowly of us fairies to think I would take away their only source of nourishment and not replace it. Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing. 100% daddy.
But yeah, she does think so little of fairies. So that's I know,
like, it's kind of...
And, like, that is not even that low. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, he's like, you didn't have to do that. That's like above and beyond.
Cops will come and take a dad away from a family if he committed a crime, not caring about...
I think that's Tamlin being like, fairies are actually so excellent. And
I do think less of you. I think you're literal monsters that eat marrow out of babies' heads. Like, what do you mean?
Like, I think think she should, like, do they not know that? They don't know the humans think that?
Yeah, you got to start doing some PR then.
I don't know. She's got to be like, dude, do you know what we think?
Yeah, like, dude, I think a lot worse than that.
Yeah, like...
I didn't think you were giving us basic health care.
I mean, like, so dead ass right now. Like, we think really bad stuff about you. Maybe, like, is it wrong? Like, I don't know. I don't think I could help myself from going down that line of inquiry. Now that I'm stuck here, I would just be like, dude, I have to tell you...
Yeah, my whole life.
My whole life, I was told from the cradle.
From the cradle.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. Because, I don't know, I still don't really have a clear-cut sense of what it was they thought. But I think I'd be going down the line. I'd be like, is this true? Like, and then if it's not, I would be like, why do you think that we think that? Like, what's going on? Anyway, she doesn't have that conversation. But let's get back to Tamlin has fed and done whatever, like, given whatever provisions to the family. This is my big issue. So yes, the good part for the narrative is that it makes us like Tamlin more despite him keeping her captive, right? Yep. You're like, oh, that does make me feel fondly towards you. But does it not remove all of the conflict for Feyre in terms of staying here?
It should.
I don't get anything beyond this, right? Actually, it's not true. You could write it in a way. There can be this complex way to write this where now, once this is taken care of, right? Because that was like the only convincing thing you had for me was her picturing them like
starving
or whatever. Is you'd be like, damn, okay, so they're taken care of, which has been the biggest burden of my life.
Yeah, literally.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, of course, now I'm a little tempted to stay in the big mansion with the never-ending food. I'm tempted. I am, now that that's taken care of. But I have some weird little thing in me that still kind of misses humans and still kind of misses my family.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
You have to do such an intense psychological job constructing a character that, like, came from wealth, went to extreme poverty, was the sole breadwinner of her family who hated her, given everything she could ever want, every relaxation, every need met, all of the previous needs met.
Yeah.
So, like, blank slate.
Yeah.
In beauty, comfort, and, like, luxury.
And hot guys.
And hot guys.
Right. She's not tempted now to stay? Tell me why.
Because there's so many ways, like, my brain's going where it's like, well, maybe she's made for the woods. Like, you know, maybe this girl, like, loves... Yeah. She's like, I hated, like, serving my family in that way. I hate the luxury from before. I can't stand this now. It makes me uncomfortable. I want to be left alone. I want to be a hermit in the woods, and I just want to, like,
she could
exist
be like,
in nature.
So maybe they could, like, make her a little cottage out in the garden.
And Tamlin and her could, like, try keeping a small house in the woods or something. Yeah. Like, the book could go there.
Sure.
But it won't.
No,
it's going to be her striving to get to a literal hovel 2 days away. You know what I mean?
Okay, but here's the thing. Think about how... So she's saying, this is not working for me. This is not working for me, the psychology. She has been like, I am willing to literally give up everything to keep my promise, to keep these people fed. Mm-hmm. I promised it. I will starve. I will get in the deer guts. I will get blood all over me. I'll, like...
calloused hands.
Like, everything. Yeah. Like, she is willing to, like, die and, like, be, like, clawing her way through the streets for this promise. Yeah. So now somebody said, you are keeping your promise, and the sacrifice you must make to do so, instead of all those things, is hanging out here in the really nice place. And
Penthouse
you said...
sweet, $40 million cash, your family's taken care
and
of.
You
Better
said,
than you ever could.
No, I want to sacrifice the other way? Why would you ever think that? And why she never asks
follow-up question.
What did you do? Where do they live?
Mean? Yeah,
what are they eating?
Are they eating because you gave them a bunch of gold, or are they suspended in amber and don't require any food anymore now? Like, I'd like to know
exactly what it is you gave them.
Please.
For her to be her entire character up till this point, this is the one thing that you've characterized her with, is that she's obsessed with be providing for them. So then when somebody says, I provided for them, if you're that obsessed with it, you would say, yes, and I simply must know the details of how.
Yeah. And then be like, I will calm down now because, you've answered my questions. I feel calmer. You guys can't lie.
And then, down the line, I do think, of course, she would start to be like, wow, I really did trade my freedom. I wonder if I can get some of that back. Wow, I do feel kind of aimless. I wonder what I can do to solve that. Those sorts of things, of course, will come up. But right now, she should be so relieved. It's the one thing she wanted. It's the only motivation you gave her. It's the only fucking goal this girl has. And it just happened. It happened.
She won this is like she won the lottery and she's not happy.
She won double lottery.
Triple. She won quadruple lottery. She's got hot guys. She got everything. And she don't have to deal with her bitch ass family anymore who she hates. I don't know.
Without the guilt of them starving.
You didn't the desire to run away and forget about them all, which I think she had. She mentioned it at some point. Not only do you not have to, but things got better for you all around. You got very wealthy. People seem to be fawning over you. Yeah, it's almost like she's addicted to the old life because it was her only goal, and she's now mad that it was taken away from her.
But then it's I guess I don't view her as a good person, and that was the only thing maybe that was making her a good person was that she did sacrifice so much for her family. But now I get the sense I'm you didn't actually even care.
No, you did
that they were taken care of. You only cared about what ego identifier this provided for you.
Potentially that, yeah.
Right?
So I'm not 100% sold on that, but
no. The second these people are taken care of, which is what she claims she's so concerned about, she just goes, "Oh man,
but I needed to be the one to do it."
But I don't know who I am. Well, girl, maybe let's take 3 seconds to just be happy these people aren't starving to death.
Start painting.
Oh, she will.
I'm sure she will.
She asks him to swear that her family's taken care of. He does. She's like, why didn't you say anything when we left the cottage? He's like, you wouldn't have believed me. Do you believe me now? And she's like, you're all masters of spinning the truth in your favor. Tamlin says, some would say it's unwise to insult a Fae in his home. Some would say you should be grateful for me finding you before another one of my kind came to claim the debt, for sparing your life and then offering you the chance to live in comfort. So then this is what you were speaking of before. Invisible hands shove her back into her seat. And he says,
do not do whatever it was you were contemplating. Lucian's going, oh.
Yeah, except Feyre couldn't dance to that song because she's tied up by the phantom hands.
Magical
now, here's the
bound.
thing.
Yeah.
Now, love this. This is fun and sexy. And if you have hot magic guys, I want you to get a little creative, right? What could we do that's a little hot and fun? Of
course, yeah.
Do you think this will anything like this will make an appearance in a sex scene? Because I'm here to tell you, it won't. And that's wild to me. It's so weird. This goes back. It's going to be a big theme. You guys were excited when the big, massive, invisible hands bondaged her to the chair.
We got bondage magic. We got Shibari Fae.
But we want to have, what's the word I'm looking for? We want to have plausible deniability to say, to get excited and then say, no. But if you put it in a sex scene, that's the end of that.
Well, that's kind of
the author and us. We all are acknowledging in the room together. We're all looking at each other, going "Oh, so we agree it is hot. That is why we're mixing them." Here, you get the benefit of the little freaky girls get to go, "Ooh!" Mm-hmm. The ones that are scared, a little skittish, if you will, who read the book. They get to get a little excited, but also pretend they didn't because it wasn't a sex scene.
No, and then when they have sex, it'll be a golden boys vanilla dream.
I like it. I like it as flavor. I do hate, though, books that use all those all these little spicy things as the flavoring, and then when you get to the sex, they're just in order to not
scare the audience.
In order to not scare the audience and keep the widest group here as possible.
Well, that's definitely the reason, though. Because it's you get to have a spicy book, like one of these, where the titillation's up front, it's non-sexual, and then the sex is sex.
Yeah. But, I do wonder...
it gets to be tasteful.
How much of that
normal.
Is, I don't even want to put that on Sarah necessarily, though, because I am, if you're a publisher, right, and you're thinking about it just from a marketing standpoint, it makes sense.
Oh, of course. If you do it the other way... cool sex scene, probably fun and good. You're the weird author who put the weird sex in now. And, like, people might love your fucking books.
Some people, right, a smaller group will love it more.
But it's going to be a smaller group. Because you're going to scare so much of your audience.
As far as making money, she did make the right choice. This is the better
idea for making money.
It is. And so, like, I get it. Like, I'm like, maybe Sarah even wanted that, but she wasn't allowed.
Maybe Sarah wrote it, and then they
That's
cut
what I'm saying.
I don't know. It was Silver Flames and whatever the hell's coming out. People say that one's spicy as hell.
I think that's because she proved she already made her money, and the name is gold, right? Yeah, so, like, at that point, I think they are like, all right, fine. Like, do whatever do whatever you want. But for book 1, hell no.
Yeah, hands are clamped, legs are clamped, back is pushed into the back of the chair so hard it hurts.
Yeah, so she's stuck in her invisible bonds, and Tamlin says she can go live wherever she wants in all of Prythian, but if she leaves his jurisdiction, her family is not cared for anymore. Damn. So he's kind of like, you're kind of like, okay, so his generosity has a limit. There's this weird fantasy thing going on of just like, oh no, I'm being forced to stay in this beautiful palace and so my family's taken care of. I hate this. I don't know. Why does she...
Let me go. Take me next time. You know what I'm saying? Like...
Why in this fantasy of living in this palace must we construct some element of the plot or whatever? Like, why must we construct this reason that you aren't allowed to want to live in the palace?
I don't know. It's unreasonable. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I'm saying, I guess there's something off-putting to people about a person owning and admitting, like, of course I want to not starve and live here.
Yeah, this is a moral temptation. I don't know if it's class related or what, but this is something about, like, she came from wealth, she lost it, she proved her way in the world, you know, bootstrapping and all. She learned how to tie ties and catch rabbits and keep her family alive. Right. And then someone came along and made her.
But what is the benefit of, like, okay, yeah, that's the start of this plot. To me, if we're being honest about human nature at its, like, basic level,
this is dumb. Yeah.
She'd be on some level
very
desirous
this. Yeah, absolutely.
So what's the impulse? There's something, like, I get a sense that, like, the author, the audience, there's something here about saying you want that they would find off-putting, yeah. And we're trying to get around that or something.
I don't know, it's the optics of it. It's this, you'd put all logic and like emotional relief aside to self-sacrifice for a cause.
But no, but she's not.
You have picked up.
But I guess I feel like she's not willing to. Here's the thing: they're probably being better taken care of now than whatever
they definitely were
as shit she was trying to do.
Definitely. Yeah.
So she's not. She's being the opposite of self-sacrificial.
Yeah.
Because being self-sacrificial is actually going. Oh,
I guess they're better off.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I guess, yes, of course I'll stay here to benefit them. She doesn't want to actually, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. She's in like, this is like almost like a metaphor for death, right? She crossed the boundary in some magic heaven land. Right. But with the added benefit of when you die, your family wins the lotto. And she's going, I'm going back and I'm taking the lotto away from them. Like, that's what I want more than anything, to leave perfect heaven and take the lotto away from my family and burn it up and put us right back where we were.
Right, but like
because I didn't choose to die.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, you literally made a choice. It was apparently the wrong choice because you killed an important being. But at the same time, you won.
Yeah.
It's just not how you thought it was. You can go back to you can't technically, but you can go back to your shit ass life that you hated, or you can stay here in paradise. Everyone else is happy.
I will accept, even given how stark and crazy this is, I'll take conflicted feelings.
Sure.
She doesn't even let me have that.
I almost feel, and this is crazy, but this is how it feels to me. Sarah wrote this out and was like, it's too good. Like, the court is too good. They're too nice to her.
Sure.
She has access to all these things. It was shitty, and now it's great.
Yeah.
So I need to counterbalance it. So I'll just make Feyre hate everything and, like, want to go back.
But, like, what you can... I can think of 500 ways to create... Again, if you just switched it to she loves her family, this still well, maybe not, because then she should want to stay here to keep them happy. Yeah, like, does she want to go back to punish them?
That's kind of what it feels. It feels like she wants to go back to be like, keep suffering. You need to keep suffering. I need to suffer for you so you can suffer.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways I think we could make this more conflicting. He says, is that not a fair bargain? And if you flee, then you might not be so lucky with whoever comes to retrieve you next. And he yells at her to eat. This, I think I'm remembering this correctly, is a theme again that pops up with Rhysand, where like he's always yelling at her to eat.
Oh.
And so it's kind of weird. It's weird to me that it's popping up here with Tamlin, because like I have this in my head as like this weird thing, like is in the second book. It was like really grating on me for some reason.
Okay.
Like that she's always like, I'm so skinny, like I don't want to eat anything, and like these men are always being like, you better eat your food. Like, listen, I get the daddy thing, but like I guess it gets to this like infantilization zone that I just am like, oh, all right, reel it back in a little. I don't.
Well, she fucking baby girled Alice the first 6 minutes she knew her, so I don't know. This girl can't stop.
Yeah, you're right.
Putting everyone else in her kink zone or something. I don't know.
She's trying to get DDLG from everybody.
Will you make me eat? Oh no, I pooped in my diaper. Oh no.
This is the second time that we've talked about Feyre pooping her pants.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. What are we, episode 6?
Yeah.
That's not great.
That's not good.
That's not good.
I hate it. I'm going to hate it when we get to book 2. But I do think it's odd because I think of it very much as like his specific dynamic with her. And so I'm like, so is this just like an idea she had that she like gave to Tamlin early and then later?
Yeah, definitely.
Or is it like, what? I don't know. Is it just like all human Fae dynamics?
Listen, you don't got to tell me to eat twice.
Fuck it.
I see this face. I'm going to... I could have eaten dinner and you put me in there. I'm like...
I would have sacrificed myself, enslaved myself just to get some of that food.
You would have just kissed the wolf.
What?
Andros?
I would have kissed him?
You just kissed Andros.
I think I didn't take off with the mercenary. If I didn't take off with the mercenary yet, yeah, maybe.
You never would have met the mercenary if you just kissed Andros.
Oh, you're right. Right, he came. Oh my god, Andros came first.
Andros came first. Yeah. There you go.
Well, anyway, I don't like that.
So he makes her eat. It's really good.
But yeah, but again, the theme over and over again. You're being forced to enjoy something good. You're being forced to live in the beautiful home. You're being forced to eat your gorgeous buffet dinner. You're being forced.
Feyre, breathe the magic air.
I don't know.
Makes you feel young.
I don't know. What's this? What is this? Why do we need everything to be... Feyre's not allowed to desire a single thing.
Yeah. Desire is bad. I guess maybe part of it is, in the face of ultimate temptation, can our dear readers be good little girls enough to not want anything in life?
If you want nothing, you will be rewarded beyond your wildest dreams. But every time something you want pops up, you have to, with all of your heart, go, no! And then you'll get the reward. I don't like that message.
Heaven? Like,
I don't like the message. I don't see what the problem is with Feyre walking into that room and being like, I want to eat that. I don't get what's wrong with her seeing Tamlin and being like, I want to fuck him. I don't know what's wrong with her showing up to the house and being like, I would love to not starve in my hovel. I don't know what's wrong with that.
You gotta starve in your hovel, babe. Come on, you gotta starve in the heart.
She eats all feral-like and they're watching her. And then the food vanishes suddenly.
Her second chocolate torte disappearing from her fingertips.
And does it actually say that?
Yeah.
And Tamlin's like, you're going to throw up if you keep eating so much. She says, thank you for the food. I do think it's interesting that she never says thank you for feeding my family. This part, wild. Lucian's like, won't you stay for wine? She's like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Lucian says it's been a few decades since he last saw a human. And he wonders why humans find the Fae's company so unpleasant when surely the men back home aren't much to look at. And then Tamlin's kind of like, cut it.
Dude, stop talking about how hot we are. Dude.
Literally.
Dude, come on.
She's like, you're high Fae. Why do you even want me at dinner at all? And he says, true, but indulge me. You're a human woman, and you'd rather eat hot coals than sit here longer than necessary. Ignoring this, and he's pointing to his scar in his eye. Surely we're not so miserable to look at. Feyre thinks it's typical fairy vanity and arrogance. And I was like, you know what? And to be honest, I want my Fae vain.
That's exactly...
They best be vain.
If you didn't fucking do that, I'd be out. Come
They
on.
better be. Lucian says, unless you have someone back home, unless there's a line of suitors out the door of your hovel, that makes us seem like worms in comparison. Actually, the only person to have actually said a fire line. That's funny.
Every chapter.
I know.
My dude, with the fucking stars in her hair shit. Like,
only one.
He crashes out in the most eloquent way. I love it.
They ask if she loves anyone else, and she laughs and says no, and she's confused why they even care. That I kind of, like, that's
valid.
Kind of, her laughing and being like, no, like, what the fuck are you guys asking me, is kind of funny.
It's sus, too. It's like,
it's like,
I'm not a slave, I just need to, like, be passionate, and you're asking me about my love life.
Well, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And you would be like, why the fuck
you trying to breed me?
Like,
what's going on here?
Why do you guys care? Tamlin's like, I just wanted to, like, learn more about you since you're gonna live with me. And then he's like, you can go to bed. And then he's like, we're really busy, me and Lucian.
We might not be here. We got a lot to do.
We're so busy. And so, like, ask the staff if you need things.
I can't wait till we check in with Tamlin again, and he's really busy. Standing
Stop.
there.
Stop. Why did he say that if he was just hanging out?
I don't know if you'll see us again. We got a lot to do. He's just standing there. Hey.
I don't know.
In a hallway.
Oh, do you want to hang out? I don't know.
I don't know.
She asks him why he's being so generous. He says, I kill too often as it is, and you're insignificant enough to not ruffle this estate unless you decide to start killing us. Why are we even entertaining the idea that she's killing anybody?
She got lucky once with a magical artifact that you broke. She's not made of ash. Then Feyre's a tree girl. She just needs to poke you and you're in trouble.
Yeah, there's something kind of interesting about this. So she's upset about the word insignificant. It kind of ties in to the thing I keep complaining about, like about how I'm like she won't sacrifice herself in a sense.
Yeah.
By being like, okay, they're cared for, I'll stay here, whatever. Because in her family, she's obsessed with being significant.
Yes. That's true.
No, but think about it.
Literally,
like, she's
yes.
like, I will make y'all starve to feel like I am significant in some way. I will withhold the offer of, like, you not starving that this man is offering because it makes me feel like less important.
That's
and
pretty fucked.
The problem is, like, there's something interesting about that. I think everyone wants to feel...
Everyone wants to feel important.
Important, of course.
Everyone
You
does.
want to feel like you have a purpose. So, like, I can empathize with her in that way, but the way it's done is so, like, almost pathological.
It's villainous.
That I'm like, okay, your desire to be significant is going far beyond the normal desire. You're not just saying...
And what would be interesting is treating it that way, but we don't.
I know. So, like, I do think it's a villainous level of needing to be significant. I mean, I'm assuming that's going to kind of, like, be part of her arc.
This character, as presented, could exist in a different novel.
Yeah.
In which she is bad.
Yeah. Ish. At least bad-ish.
These are bad attributes.
Yeah.
You know, like, when people read books and they're like, I couldn't finish it because I hated all the characters.
Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
Catcher in the Rye.
Classic. Yeah.
My faves, by the way. I'm not saying it like...
No, but your faves because they deal with real human psychology that's dark.
Yeah.
This is real human psychology that's dark, if this is real.
But we're
not allowing it to be dark.
Yeah.
And these same people would hate the book if it treated it that way.
I know. Yeah, 100%. But
so that kind of sucks.
I'm curious if maybe I'll notice there's, like, maybe a dual arc happening where, like, she does at some point have to learn to let go of the egoic version of this.
I'm curious
to see. And then she gains an honorable... Importance.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
It's interesting that she gets so upset about it, and I feel like it ties exactly into her psychology about her family, about not wanting to stay there, because if she stays there... It means no one's relying on her. She can't point to anything and go, like, look, externally, I am so important. She kind of wants to be, like, she hated it, but she kind of wants to be top dog.
Yeah.
And amongst the Fae, she's not.
Not even close.
but that she hates that.
Yeah, it's the worst thing that could happen to her.
So yeah, she backs.
Yeah.
She backs out of the doorway. She's like, if I turn my back for a second, they might kill me. Do you really think that?
Whatever. Sure. Do whatever weird shit you gotta do. She leaves, she goes to bed, right?
She doesn't sleep well. She's like, why do I even have a lock on my door? She wakes up early.
Why do I even have a lock on my door? Followed by what she does next. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
She wakes up early. She's like, oh, this mattress is so comfy. She thinks about like how she used to wake up in the morning in the cabin and her sisters would get mad because she'd get up so early. And she kind of misses their warm bodies. And like, okay. Sure.
I didn't hate this.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's uncharitable towards
But then it gets really uncharitable. She's saying, Nesta must be really enjoying all the extra room in bed.
Oh my God.
And smiling, imagining me in the belly of a fae. And using the opportunity, like Feyre getting taken away for Nesta to get fussed over by villagers.
Like...
I mean...
Why do you at all want to take care of this person?
But is that even true? Is that what she's doing?
It cannot be true. Clearly, it's insane. This is an insane take on your own sister. If it is, then run.
So Nesta, yeah, exactly. Nesta either woke up and went like, haha, she's being devoured. In which case, yeah, go leave them. She's crazy then.
Is Nesta Azula? Like, what are we doing here?
Or that's not true. And then what the fuck's wrong with you? Stop
acting like that.
Maybe what Tamlin had given them was enough. Whatever taking care of them consisted of.
Just ask.
Instead the villagers would turn on my family and chase them out of town.
Maybe
just ask. We've never asked, like, hey, can you give me updates on my family? Hey, can we, like all the things that I just think are, like, start there.
All of these questions should have happened.
Isn't that what Belle did?
During the dinner.
Isn't that what Belle did? She said, give me the mirror. I want to see.
She asked for proof, and then he gave it to her.
She said, I just want to see my dad. And then that's when he said, go.
Feyre would get the mirror and be like, I wish they were starving more without me.
She reflects on how Tamlin said her hair looked clean, a pathetic compliment. Girl,
now she's worried about this?
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't need to talk to you for the rest of his life, and you're still better off. Like, why are you like, that comment wasn't good enough? For as much as she hates Nesta, she's literally just like her.
I know.
In fact, I think she's more Nesta than Nesta is. Like, the things about Nesta that she hates, she has in her in insane spades. Like, they're all throughout her.
Like, okay.
You're just as class conscious, worried about wealth, worried about your mismatched Tupperware sets or whatever the fuck, worried about not getting good enough compliments from a Fey Lord.
She's like, oh, I suppose he's not the worst, though, because he invited me to live here, and maybe he could find a loophole. If you're not going to show me that she kind of wants to stay and is conflicted, you're not going to give me a little bit of that, then you need to show me that she's, like, scared shitless, and that's why she wants to leave. But that's never the feeling. No. So then the door clicks, and there's a screech and a thud. Oh, no! Alice! Oh, no! She's on the ground.
In a lump.
And Feyre had used the rope from the curtain rod to rig some sort of, like, Home Alone contraption in her door.
She stayed up all night in crayon, like, drawing all her trap plans.
To snap in someone's face. I don't know, could you picture this?
No.
No, I don't know
and
what this is.
And there's a lot of reasons.
I don't know.
But you
so the wire snapped in her face, and it made her fall to the ground?
And shriek. But then she gets up and says, that was nothing. You think this could stop us? And it's like, well, I don't know.
It kind of did, though.
It did a little bit.
I don't know why, but it did.
Once again, these all-powerful, immortal fae that apparently are faster, better, stronger, and wiser than you just walk into rope traps that Diana, Huntress of the Moon, was able to rig from a curtain rod last night.
I don't know what the fuck this thing was.
Whatever. All right.
But she said, Feyre's like, sorry. Alice was like, what the fuck is that? She's like, oh, I meant to take it down before anyone came in. And then,
did you? I don't even know.
Alice says, you think a bit of rope snapping in my face will keep me from breaking your bones? You think that will do anything against any of us? And she says, it was just a warning so I could run. She says, you can't outrun us either, girl. I'm like, okay, thank God somebody's laying it down a little bit. Like, enough with the disrespect, okay?
Yeah.
We are Fae.
Put respect on the Fae's name.
And so Alice is like, Tamlin told us to keep you alive. Like, stop.
We will.
Like, nobody's killing you. Yeah. Alice complains that she, like, wrecked the curtains. And then Feyre, that's, like, her first time being a little bit like, I kind of like her. Like, she's, like, laughing at that.
Okay, so I was confused by that. So that is fine.
It was charming.
No, I thought she was... I wasn't sure if it was that or she was, like, happy she wrecked the curtains.
Oh, interesting.
Because she's so about nice things.
I think I'm thinking it because, like, her and Alice have a whole, like...
smirking at each other.
They have, like, a whole little, like, love of one another thing that happens. So I think I was reading it being like, oh, that's, like, the beginning of her liking Alice. But maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. Like, I got under one of their skins. Like, I
mean, if Feyre really wanted to, if she's not that scared, which she could just be like wrecking the whole room right now.
And that is an interesting character too that we were not.
I would love if she was like feral,
like a real Kathy level, like just knife in the wallpaper and just like. Well, you could do that where she's so out of her mind with fear, she's just like turns into a feral animal and like can barely speak. You could do that. But whatever.
So then another maid brings in a big fancy breakfast and tea. Like, I just don't... We don't even get any, like, internal dialogue from her of being like, holy shit, I can't believe the level of starvation I just came from to this, like, having this presented to me. I would find this overwhelmingly indulgent.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
Yeah.
Servants...
She was upset about the waste earlier of like, oh, they brought out all new hot food because I had to go shower and come back. Like, so wasteful. We had nothing at home. It's only like directly in context with her starving family.
Sure.
But never about for herself.
Well, I'm saying, like, no, you wouldn't have the thought of like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm waking up and I'm like eating again. Feyre's like, what and where is this place? And then Alice is like, it's safe. That's all you need to know. But, like, keep your wits about you if you poke around outside. Feyre asks what sort of fairies to look out for. She says all of them. Tamlin's protection only goes so far, and they will want to hunt you just for being a human. She says, another useless answer. That sounds important to know.
No, that's so important. I don't know.
How is that useless? You need to know that.
Well,
if you leave the perimeter of Tamlin's house and lands, all fairies do, in fact, this is a fact. This isn't your cradle talk, okay? They want to eat you just by virtue of you being a human. You need to know that. So she takes another bath. She puts on a deep purple tunic. It's her new fit.
It's so beautiful. We forgot the sky.
Oh. You want to talk
deep
I know you want to talk
periwinkle,
about
pumpkin, and magenta sky? Deep periwinkle, pumpkin, and magenta?
Not pumpkin.
Pumpkin and magenta.
It's like, that is the weirdest way you could describe it I could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Pumpkin. I've never...
Velvet turquoise. Here we are.
Never heard the sky described as pumpkin.
Can be.
No, like, it literally can be pumpkin.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird choice. Especially in the spring court, you know? So, of course she gets... This is how she thinks. This is how her painter's mind thinks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. You thought, like, some people have aphantasia. She has paintasia, all right? She's thinking in hues, all right? She thinks of father and it's just a splash of blue.
And in her paint mind, pumpkin is what came out.
Absolutely. She could smell
elevated
across the sky, you know?
So she lets Alice braid her hair, and then she's like looking in the mirror. She's thinking about she looks like her mom. She gets mad again that, like, of course Tamlin couldn't figure out a way to compliment a fugly-ass human like me is essentially what she thinks.
No, that's not what she thinks.
Yes,
no, it's not. The entire thing is not I'm ugly. The entire thing is...
Yes, you're right. Actually...
I'm okay.
No, you're right.
I'm kind of good looking, but...
No, I know, but that's her. That's the end of the... Yeah, I'm kind of hot, but I hate the way I look. And, like, maybe objectively I'm very beautiful, but even Tamlin couldn't figure out a way to, like, compliment my ugly ass. I don't know. She does kind of denigrate herself in... the, like, Tamlin.
Yeah.
She definitely does hype herself up, though. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah. She's mad at her face because it looks like her mom and dad, which, sorry girl, genetics. And then she's like, this is why Nesta hates me, because I look too much like mom and dad, which I'm like, I guess she probably does too. This whole thing didn't give me much. And
I'm not picturing anything different than I was already picturing.
No. You know what is weird, actually, now that you say that? Like, I invent a face for characters. I couldn't describe it, but I have it in my head. I know what she looks like.
Yeah.
And I frequently will ignore facial descriptions.
I try to adjust
I can't.
around
like, I'm like, that's not how you're talking about her. She doesn't look like how you're saying she looks.
Okay, well,
you know? It's like when you give them lavender eyes and whatever else. Yeah. You're like...
No.
No, she's got a face that I could see, but it's not...
I know. It's hard once you've gotten kind of far in. It's like, well, I have, in fact, been picturing someone this whole time.
Yeah, we're on chapter 7. This is the first description besides hair.
Yeah. It didn't give much. So she's like, Alice, what should I do with my life? And Alice is like, I don't know. I don't care.
I don't care.
Go for a walk in the garden, I guess. He's like, all right, I guess I will. She's walking around the house. It's super empty. It smells like flowers. Then her painter's mind stops in front of this gorgeous painting in the hall. And it's a still life of a vase with flowers in it. And whatever. She goes on and on. She waxes poetic about the beauty of this painting. She's like, oh, this artist is just so talented. The beauty of this
mastery.
piece.
Do you know how hard it is to make the water look as though it, and give it the weight, and then she just ends it with ... remarkable. She has opinions on art.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she knows what's going on. And if you didn't believe it, like, you saw the inner workings of her mind here.
Feyre saw those paintings and she says, I think I'm liking the spring court. I think I like it in the spring court.
Wait, what? How does it start?
I don't like the spring court.
I think I'm starting to like the spring court. That would be a good meme for TikTok.
That's a good one.
She's like, maybe the Fae are a little bit kinder and more civilized than I thought, but all because of this painting. So she's like, I might be able to talk my way out of this because they're nice. But I'm like, if they're nice, maybe you just want to stay. Why would your if you're like, actually, you know what? I think they're not bad. I think it kind of rocks here. I think there's amazing artists and they're really cool. Yeah. So your thought is, and therefore I would like to leave, unfood my family, and get away from all of these
my family.
I'd like to defund my family, leave, and get away from these people who I'm learning are actually awesome, and go back to this shitty hovel with all the people I hate. She's walking towards the garden, and then somebody is standing, towering in the doors leading to the garden. Would you like to do that? Interesting. Tamlin's always portrayed in doorways.
Yeah, because he's towering and he fills up the space. What do you mean?
You don't think there's any
symbolism between a man entirely filling a doorway? You tell me. When a man fills a void, what is that?
Oh my God, he's the penis?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'm
just saying.
That's part of it, probably.
Yeah.
It's just kind of interesting. He's always there.
It's a threshold, and he's big.
Yeah.
It's an easy way to show that a man is big. If he takes up the whole doorway, it's like, holy shit, he's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah. So he's wearing his warrior clothing. It's showing off his sexy body.
Yeah, we got that this time, yeah.
And he has all these knives in his baldric, and he asks where she's going. And she says, good morning. You said my morning was to be spent however I wanted. I didn't realize I was under house arrest. Oh my God.
Chill. Feyre, chill.
What the fuck? He says, of course you're not under house arrest.
Yeah,
So then, we kind of get this sexy description of him. Like, even as he bit out the words, I couldn't ignore the sheer male beauty of that strong jaw, the richness of his golden tan skin. He was probably handsome if he ever took off that mask. Okay, first of all, women notoriously hate hot men in masks.
This is true,
Give me a break. Yeah, give me a break.
They hate that.
Everyone again, it's the word. There is a really good ContraPoints video about it. The word is disavow. It's like you are trying to like get things, but also create a circumstance where you're
able to reject the desire.
Yes. So this book is filled to the brim with disavowal. This feels like that to me. Like the book is doing it, where it's putting its characters in sexy masks because, like I said, women do notoriously like a man in a hot mask.
Obviously. And
then we're having the character disavow that preference.
I see.
By saying, actually, the mask is ugly.
Yeah,
but it's not true.
You hate them, and they hate them. Everyone hates masks.
Yeah, I think that's weird. Everything you described that you can, in fact, see on him, his strong jaw, his skin, blah, blah, blah. He's handsome. Like, I don't think the mask is...
He's filling up a doorway. He transforms into a giant
You're not sure
animal.
if he's handsome because of the mask.
If only you can get rid of that stupid mask.
I'm going to keep pointing it out every time it happens because I think there's something like fun disavow that's like aware it's doing it and being like, playing wink, it's fun to like play with it. So much media, so many books that use it in a way that I find really off-putting. I think ultimately just boiled down to like this shame around desire and sex and attraction and wanting, especially like as a woman. I think it's toxic.
Toxic disavowaling?
Yeah, I think there is a big thing of toxic disavowal that exists where it's like, we're just we want to like, we're addicted to these things and we want more of them. But
we put it in all our media. We roll around in the trough with it, but
it's like owning, yes, I like this because of course I do, because here are all the qualities about it that are exciting and appealing. Yes. You're a bad person if you acknowledge it. You're not a bad person if you read about it and just don't say it and just don't admit that's... Anyway, I fucking hate it.
Okay.
I do think this series is like a really big perpetrator of that concept.
And that's why it out.
I like a book that does not really utilize disavowal. I kind of like when it's earnestly debaucherous.
Well, yeah. Why not, Because they think it's bad. But they don't, because they like it, because they're here for it. Well, they think it's bad to admit that you like it, but they don't think it's bad when you can trick them into playing with it. Yeah, they love
being in the mire of the whole thing. Yeah. But like this, you saying like, yes, I own that I like this, that they're all like, oh no. Too far. Tamlin asks her if she wants a tour of the grounds. She says, no, thank you. Why would you not take him up on that? You just said you desperately want to know.
Because she doesn't want to be anywhere near this man.
Honestly, even if you don't want to be near him, like, use him for, I don't know.
Which she frequently says she will do or does. So, I don't know.
He's like, I could use some fresh air. And then she's like thinking again about how he said she was insignificant. And she's like, yep, no. And like turns him down again because of that comment.
And then he says, do you have some sort of problem with me? Quote, do you have some sort of problem with me?
Tamlin. It's kind of sad.
Why is he talking like that to her?
I only get pulled out of it when she starts being like, they're gods. But I just like fall into the flow where I'm like, he's just like a little guy. He's just a guy.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a cute guy. I don't know. But I am also like, I mean, she has a problem with you though. You are kidnapping her. I think she needs to like kind of get over it, but also you are kidnapping her.
Like legally, but yeah.
Yeah. She says no, she doesn't have a problem with him. Obviously she does. He's like, I'm not going to kill you because I don't break my promises. Then she like stumbles down the stairs and looks back at him standing on top of the stairs. As solid and ancient as the pale stones of the manor. I kind of liked it.
I mean, I like the description.
Yeah, I like the description.
I don't like. Do you have a problem with me? He was solid and ancient as the white stones of the manor.
I'm doing the thing. I'm doing it.
You gotta flip the coin real quick.
Yeah, and then
wow, that's so hot. Okay, all right, yeah. Will you go on a date with me? He was like the oaks of yore. He never aged and was so wise.
Yeah.
I hurt my knee. Will you put a bandage on it?
So, I don't know. I kind of like that description. It's one of her few descriptions so far that I was like, that was kind of nice. She's like, why was Andros even in the woods that day? I guess I would be curious why he was there.
Of course she's curious. It doesn't feel like the right way to ask
It's not the right
way
or the right time, probably. And then she says she thought the treaty banned them from going into the human realm. He says, no, that's not true. The treaty doesn't ban us from doing anything except enslaving you. It's the only thing we can't do. Which is kind of interesting because you're like, okay, so they can like go kill them. So what do you... I'm confused. The war was really bad because they were killing each other too much. So they made the treaty to make that stop, but no part of the treaty actually makes that stop.
It was written by mortal queens. That's all I know. Some mortal queens wrote that.
Am I wrong?
None of it makes any fucking sense. Until I can read this treaty back to front, I can't give you any answers.
He's like, we could go right past the wall and kill all of you if we wanted to. She's like, so do you want to maybe you want to destroy the wall? Is that true? And he's like, I don't want to. I have no interest in the mortal lands. Yeah, why would he? And he's like, but I can't speak for the other Fae. I don't know what they are doing. And then she's like, so yeah, still though, why was Andros over there? He says,
here we go.
There's a sickness over the land that has been happening for the last 50 years. The house is empty because most people have left due to the sickness. It's a slow moving blight that makes magic act strangely. And Tamlin's powers are diminished because of it. And the masks are on all of them because there was a surge of magic caused by this.
This is very Tower of Terror. We were in the elevator as the lightning struck, and now we have to keep falling as if on a magical ride.
Yeah. There was 49 years ago, there was a masquerade party. They were all wearing masks. A surge of magic due to the blight happened.
Due to the blight.
And now they are
the slow-moving
stuck
blight.
In the masks.
Yeah.
This part really held me up.
What, the beast? Yeah.
To you, did you have an issue with this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, she says, okay, well, you didn't have a... Why would you even say this? You didn't have a mask when you were in your beast form, and neither did Andros.
When you went beast mode, you didn't have a mask.
Okay, yeah, he transformed.
Yeah.
Why? What? Who would think of that? He says
the blight is cruel.
Wait, no.
Like that.
Wouldn't that be good? It would be worse if he had the mask in beast form. It's better that he doesn't. Am I wrong? How absurd would it be if my man had to wear the mask in his beast form?
Well, it would totally invalidate her. Is it a fae or not? If a giant wolf is in the woods wearing a fucking masquerade mask, but yeah. So we couldn't have that.
But explain to me, why does Tamlin say... She's like, you in beast form don't have the masquerade mask stuck to you.
Yeah.
He says the blight is cruel like that. Like what? What's cruel about that?
Well, then she states for us.
No. This is the conclusion. She says either this is such a motto. Either okay, I gotta say it good. Either live as a beast or live with the mask.
I don't know. I just wrote, not as slapping a line as you thought.
It's suggesting there's something terrible and undignified by him being in his beast form. I guess my thought is like, he's always going to be a man and a beast, right? He's always going to be going back and forth, right? That's his life.
Yeah.
And so, if anything, it's just that it sucks that as a human he has to wear the mask, and the one benefit is that he has another form that he can finally escape the mask.
Now, does that say something about mankind?
What?
Doesn't. We all wear these masks, you know?
So, Andros evidently is coming over the wall to look for a cure.
Okay.
He said, I'm curing my people.
Yeah.
You can't with these masks again, and Tamlin can't be always a beast getting out of that mask. She's like, oh my god, is it gonna hurt the humans? And he's like...
Probably.
Yeah, probably. We don't know, though. I don't know what impact it's going to have. It hasn't progressed in decades. She's like, oh, a mercenary told me that she thought fairies are going to be attacking soon. Is that true?
And Tamlin said, you talk to large hot women often?
Yeah, maybe he was concerned.
He did say
like,
it, yeah.
He was
fuck, I didn't even think about her being a lesbian.
Right. He was like, oh, look at me. It's dumb me, assuming heteronormativity over here.
Yo, imagine that line was in there. No.
And so, I actually think the way he replied was very cute.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, well, the mercenary told me this. He says, like, do you make it a habit of talking to mercenaries? And they suggest that he's kind of like being cute about it.
Yeah.
Like being like, what?
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
Oh.
That's cute. And then she's like, well, I talk to whoever tells me useful things. And then he's like, And then it says, he straightened and only his promise not to kill me kept me from cringing. Yeah? Because you didn't know that promise yesterday when you were like
flying off
absolutely acting out.
Yeah, she's getting more comfortable with how much she can get away with. That's what it seems like.
So he's like, was that trap in your room for me? And then she's like, can you blame me if it was? He says, I may take an animal form, but I'm civilized, Feyre. And then she like stares at it. She stares at his claws coming out of his hands, and then he like puts them behind his back. Like, that's so sad.
I'll see you at dinner.
He's like, all right, I'll see you later. Yeah, like, I mean, I kind of get both sides. I get Feyre being like, I'm sorry. Like, you are kind of scary to me.
And he's like, that's not really fair. And then he's like, oh, I kind of am a fucking beast.
Yeah, and then he feels a little bit of shame about it. You kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then she, like, walks away, and she's thinking about how the blight is going to harm the humans. And she's like, I didn't really understand this. Maybe I'm missing something. She wonders if the Fae would bother to warn the humans about it. It says, it didn't take me long to know the answer. Is that, like, foreshadowing?
Yeah. No, that's a bad cliffhanger. Because the next chapter is going to start, I assume, with some sort of information about that. Yeah, I kind of feel like his ellipses there of being like whether or not it was going to affect it can hurt humans potentially, that's what he said. And it's like, I think that means that some humans have magic, so those ones might be in danger, but he's like, I don't want to get into that right now.
It sounds like it's complicated. It's a lot to explain.
Yeah, well, maybe their radiant hair sisters are going to end up having some sort of powers, we'll see. Maybe. Yeah,
it's kind of a fun chapter, despite all the things I really disliked about it.
I had a good time here.
Of which there was much. It was still kind of a fun chapter, because there's a lot of characters. I don't fucking know. Listen, 4 people.
And this is our tone. Like, we went deep. We fucking railed Feyre, like, to the wall, and we had fun. So,
had fun.
I still had a good time.
Mostly... to Tamlin and Lucian, I'm giving them MVP credits for the chapter. They kept it fun.
100%.
The invisible bondage was really fun. Tamlin was kind of cute. Lucian was spitting bars as usual. Alice clapped back. I am excited to read the next chapter.
Yeah, we're diving back in. I'm hype.
Are you? You're excited to read the next one?
I want more.
You want more? Okay.
Give me more.
Fantastic.
I want to know about this blight. Anything with like magic and the world is corrupted by an ancient witch. I'm just give. I want to give me it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to fucking just eat it up.
Okay, I'm glad you're feeling that.
It can be the dumbest shit in the world. I know that. I am feeling it.
There's like enough. It's like not good, but like she's not like totally not doing it.
I hear you.
Any final thoughts on chapter 7?
Lucian MVP still.
Yeah,
undefeated, for sure. King of the world. Yeah, I don't know. They're slowly falling in love or something. We'll see how that goes.
Sort of.
She's just slowly becoming horny for him.
Yeah, and of course, I would speed the process up. Like I think would have already been there. But
we have already established that you would have kissed the wolf. So like, what do you mean?
Those big hands held me down in that chair. I would have been like, all right, well,
so I've come. No.
That's the end of that.
And I'm done. Do you have any face cigarettes?
I hope you guys enjoyed this chapter of A Court of Thorns and Roses. We will be back in 2 weeks with chapter 8. Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.